All right, what's up, YouTube? Back with another video. T1T Sam here. I'm here with one of my good friends. Why don't you introduce yourself real quick before we get started?
What's up, guys? My name's Emmanuel. Same age as Sam. Just trying to get into trading.
That's perfect, perfect, perfect. All right, so yeah, I already teased this on my TikTok, but we got a new update to the Road to 10K grind, essentially, right? If you guys already know, I started a series, Road to 10K. I'm starting with one prop firm, and we're just scaling up from there. And I was mostly doing it by myself, but I decided because me and Emmanuel we used to trade like when I started trading a few months after he also started with me. So and then he also kind of has an idea of what I'm doing as well, and he wanted to get back. He texted me like a few days ago, like, oh, he wanted to get back into this. So I was like, all right, let's get this started. We come up with a plan and whatnot. So it's gonna be like a case study, almost kind of a thing, a video we could look back on later on. So I'm gonna ask him a few questions, obviously, just so you guys know, like, there's a normal, like, normal nigga, normal person, just like me, just like all of us, starting off, and then we're gonna go from there, and then we'll talk about our plans and whatnot. So he already introduced his name, you already know what he is. So give us a little, like, kind of like background, kind of like who you are, like, what you were doing before the trade and all of that, or what you're doing now as well.
I'm a student, college student. I'm also a soccer player. So I'm just a student athlete in general. I'm playing sports, also trying to go to school, but trading is something I'm trying to get into as a side hustle. More of like a hobby. And we're
Mm-hmm.
just gonna see how that turns out from there.
Yeah, so honesty, first step, perfect. He already mentioned it was a side hustle as well. A lot of people just aren't honest. Some people say they're going to be fully motivated. That's not true. Some people, trading is not the first choice for them. For him, soccer is his first option. Is that's his priority, and he wants to use. And it's totally fine to use trading as a side hustle. That's great as well. What got you into or talk about when you got into trading? What got you into trading? And when, if you took a break, when did you take a break? Why did you take a break? That whole kind of synopsis per se. And give us like
Yeah, so
timelines, like dates and shit.
I'll say I got into training probably like earlier this year. I'll say the beginning half of the year around like March to April or something. I spent time in England playing soccer and I'm in England. I don't really know anybody, so like I had a lot of downtime because I didn't really go out. So during that downtime, I decided to take up trading. Give myself something to do and also learn a new hobby. So yeah, that was around that time period where I started trading.
Okay, okay, cool. Did you pass any accounts? Did you get funded? Did you take any breaks? Like what kind of went on?
Yeah, so unfortunately, I couldn't pass any accounts. It was a lot of trial and errors, but I did learn a lot, gain a lot of experience. I did take a break because when I came back to the States from England, like I started playing soccer again, so it kind of took up a bit more of my time and life got in the way. But yeah, unfortunately I couldn't get funded, but it has been a lot of learning experiences that I've gained a lot of experience from.
Perfect, perfect. That's good. That's good to hear. So now you hear he's also, and like you said, you're a college student athlete as well. That's another important fact. I'm also a college student. I'm not a student athlete, but I'm also in college taking classes as well. So he's normal, just like all of us. So the goal is to grind, hit 10K together. That's the plan. I kind of gave you already like a little synopsis behind the video as well, but you're gonna be running the same path as I run as long as you stay motivated and put the same effort I put into. That includes off the
Yeah.
charts, on the charts, that type of a thing. For context for the viewers, we're going for 10K, right? But our first step, obviously, is to pass the eval. Everything there's steps. We're gonna split it into multiple steps and we're gonna break it down. So I want you to jump to my screen real quick and we're gonna run through this Miro plan board. Let me show the show the video. All right, you can see my screen, right?
Yeah.
All right, perfect. So I had already started the journey, but let's assume this is day one for you as well, right? I already, my prop firm account, I already have about like $700. So I'm kind of not halfway past 50% of the way somewhere. So we're gonna buy a prop firm account, right? Prior to this video, he already bought a prop firm account. He was quick as well. He got a My Funded Futures prop firm account. Now, for the evaluation for the My Fund of Futures, I'm gonna say this to you as well, but for the video, just in case you don't know as well, it is a $3,000 pass target. The evaluation, this is the core plan I'm talking about. The evaluation, I am pretty sure it is a 50% consistency rule, meaning he can't pass in one, but he can pass in 2 days. He can pass in 2 days, doesn't have to pass in 2 days. The goal is to take the time you need, but it shouldn't take you more than 2 weeks or a week and a half to pass the eval. That's our goal. We're trying to speed things up as well. So he has a 50% consistency, and then he has a $3,000 target. I have a 40% consistency with a 2,500 target on funding ticks. So it's roughly going to be the same time, anyways. I need about 3 days to pass. He can take his time, whatnot. Nothing too crazy. We're going to be risking $500 per trade on the evaluation. So we're going to take a maximum of 2 trades on an evaluation. 2 trades, as in not a break even trade, meaning a full on risk trade. So it's either we're going to lose $1,000 on the day, or we won a 2-to-1 or 3-to-1 RR trade and we're off for the day. That's how we're gonna do it, right? Where our max loss limit will be $1,000 on the eval. That's just to keep the ball rolling and get us quickly some profits. Then after passing, we're gonna move to the funded stage. This is when me and you now we've funded our accounts. Assuming we're trading alike, we're taking the same trades, the same ideas. We've moved to the funded stage at the same time. We're gonna meet our withdrawal targets, right? It's roughly the same. I'm gonna explain my withdrawal target. My withdrawal target is that I need to make $3,000 in totality, right? So making $3,000 in totality means that I would have to make $2,000, which is the buffer, and then I have a payout cap of $1,000, right? So for context, right, the buffer is $2,000 because you have a drawdown of $2,000, meaning if you lose $2,000 your account is blown. So they're saying you have to make $2,000 and get your drawdown to 50,000 before you can think of getting any more money after that point. I am pretty sure for my fund of futures it is the same exact way. Somebody can definitely double check in the comments. You would also have to make a buffer as well, and then you can pull out about 50% of your profits as well. So for example, you make the $2,000 buffer, you make $1,000. When you ask for a payout after meeting your 5 winning days, you can only ask for a $500 payout because that's 50% of what you made on top of the buffer. The good thing about my fund of futures, you don't have a consistency rule on your eval. So if one day you make $10,000, you can pull out 50% of $8,000, which is
Okay.
$4,000, right? You have a payout cap though of what was the payout cap you signed up for again?
Payout cap
Was
was
like what 3,000?
5, I
Was it three to
believe.
five? It was like 3 to 5,000, something like that, right? The little add-on shit I was talking about.
Yeah,
Okay, so 3 to 5,000. He can pull a payout cap of about $3,000 max. So it's gonna be really good. His account is gonna be my fund of futures. I do plan on switching after this funding ticks, after my first payout to my fund of futures. He's in a better position now. When he scales up and gets more accounts, the payouts are just gonna multiply and become way bigger. So that's great. Then we're gonna scale 2 more accounts, right? So this is important for you as well. Once we our goal is to quickly get a payout, not quickly but progressively. Once we get our payout, that payout is not meant to like we're gonna keep some money obviously for emergencies for spending. Obviously we worked for it, but we're gonna buy 2 more accounts. Meaning we're not gonna blow the account. We just gotta pay out, but we're gonna add 2 more accounts. That's about $150 in total. 77 my
okay.
from the futures twice is about $150. You're gonna buy 2 more accounts. Now you have 3 accounts in total. You're going to copy trade the evals and fund it. That's why I set up the group trade for you on Tradeovate as well. We're going to copy trade them, meaning that any trade you take on one account is going to be taken on all the accounts.
Yeah,
But the way we're going to do it is that every other day we trade, when we trade, we're going to switch between eval and funded. So we'll never trade the evals at the same time. We'll never trade the funded at the same times. Why? Because your eval you risk more, your funded you risk less. So Monday you
yeah.
trade your eval, Tuesday you trade your funded. Wednesday, let's say you just don't trade because you have to do some shit. Thursday you just keep flipping. Very explanatory, very simple. It keeps the ball rolling. Then you're gonna pass that and then meet your withdrawal target again, right? And for my buffer, I'm only gonna make about $2,700. For you, you have upwards of about $5,000 with 3 accounts with the My Fund of Futures payout. Essentially,
Yeah.
you're already touching nearly $5,000. After that, we're gonna reinvest into 3 more accounts, right? After getting 3 more accounts, now you're at max allocation of $300,000 across 5 accounts. Now you're able to trade
Okay.
5 different accounts, and now you can trade those accounts subtly. You don't even have to trade it heavily because now you have now you can take this the same way a one account makes $1,000 is the same way 10 accounts making $100 each is still $1,000. So now you don't even have to
Yeah.
put that much risk to blow it, and you still get your payouts anyways, and it's still gonna be big numbers. And that's why it was really good that you chose my funded futures. We reversed. Now we have the max accounts. I because if I was going the funding ticks ways, I would have had like a minimum of $5,000 payout to about a max of 15,300. But if we go the my funded futures way, we are looking with 5 accounts, minimum 7,000 upwards to about 20 to 30,000. No, 7,000 to a max of like 100,000 because there's max accounts when we scale up to the other plans and shit like that. So we'll get all of that, optimize it, and then we're gonna hit our 10K months. Obviously, I expect this to be a hard grind. It's not gonna take like it's not gonna be quick, but definitely by the middle of 2026, we should have had at least two 10K months. As long as we
Okay.
stick to our rules, as long as we have done what we had to do by June, by May, we should have already had 2 months in 2026 in which we have made $10,000 each on that. So we just have to be consistent and do what we have to do with that. So that's the plan for that. Let me give an update of where I'm at. I have only made $700 on my eval, right? So it's not it's good, it's decent money, but we're still square one. We're both on the eval stage. It doesn't really matter. Today is FOMC day, so we are going to be trading FOMC. We're going to be trading once it drops at 2 p.m. Me and him will be taking trades. I don't think we'll be able to last long enough for the speech to end and then take a trade. I'm not sure, but it's up to discretion. We'll figure it out. We'll see. We'll see what happens. And if we can't take a trade, or if we have to take a trade off video, off stream, we'll do that as well. So that's majorly the plan. What do you think? What are your thoughts? How do you see yourself? You know, in all of this, are you excited? Are you motivated? Whatnot?
No, I'm excited for sure. Like, I'm very I told you I wanted to get back in, so obviously there is some type of motivation as well, like not just doing this just for the sake of doing it. So I am excited, ready to make a lot of money and just join you on this journey.
That's good. That's good. Now, another thing I did address you. Obviously, you're well aware, but I'm gonna repeat it. Excuse me for the viewers as well. It's a commitment thing, right? When we
Yeah,
when we say we're not taking a trade, we're not taking a trade. When we say we've taken enough, we've risked our max risk for the day. No matter what fuckery happens, we're not gonna continue trading. We're done for the day. When we take a winner, we
yeah,
take that winner and we run. Okay. Another thing is that I'm going to be asking you to also back test a lot. Meaning just sit down, like when you have free time, just sit down, open the charts. Look at the chart, right? It doesn't have to be a live chart. You can scroll back to the older and just tell me what do you see, right? Like if you were sitting down, what do you see? Break down liquidity points. You've already watched the TJR boot camp anyways, right? You watch most of it as well. So you kind of have an idea, you kind of have a grasp of how trading works as well. Now it's just
yeah,
building your intuition. And we're doing that while forward testing. And I truly believe we're going to make you profitable faster than we make me profitable because I didn't necessarily directly had somebody like kind of like, helping me or grilling me and stuff like that. So definitely I see you profitability 2, 3 months. Something that took me about a year to take anyways. So that's kind of like the rules per se for that. We're gonna grind, we're gonna get this out, and we're gonna ball out. So I appreciate y'all for watching. And we're gonna go trade FOMC. I don't know if I'm gonna stream it. Maybe, maybe not. We'll see. But I'll catch you on the next one.